Hello guys, welcome to the channel, and today we're going to be doing something that I think a lot of people have been doing pretty much all week. However, I wanted to give my feedback on the FsReborn Phenom 300E from Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. We are sitting in beautiful Key West, Florida, and we're going to... Oh, sorry, no, that's 6 feet lady, 6 feet. Anyway, we're going to take this aircraft from what is going on
emotional damage.
What in the world? Okay, that's not correct. That is not correct. Okay, I can't fly like this. Hang on.
Up here the sunlight shimmers on across the tropic skies of the Bahamas.
Hey guys, welcome to the channel. It's been a long time. Actually from 2020. I haven't posted from 2020. That is very, very long. Anyway, we're back and I'm excited to be back, especially to post on this aircraft, the FsReborn Phenom 300E that just released for Flight Simulator 2024 just this week. So, real quick, this is going to be a simplified guide to flying this aircraft. I am Phenom rated on the 1 and the 300. But what I want to do is I want to get you from point A to point B. What we're going to be doing today, we're at the beautiful Key West scenery by MK Studios. And we'll be flying over to North Eleuthera, Mike Yankee Echo Hotel in the Bahamas. Should be about 35-40 minutes. And yeah, should be a lot of fun. So, alright guys, let's get down to the business. So, standing up in the front of the Phenom 300 in walk around mode, and we're just going to do a quick pre-flight of the aircraft, and we're also going to observe a couple of things. Now, the whole idea of this video, I'm probably going to split it up in parts so it doesn't be too long, but at the end I will give you the pros and cons. I'm going to try not to talk about them too much in flight, but what I will do is at the end, once we land in North Eleuthera, I will do probably a separate pros and cons video. It just depends on how long the last video run. Okay, so without any further ado, like I said, let's get to doing the pre-flight. So when we reach the aircraft, we're just looking at the body of the airplane, making sure there's no dents, cracks, no any form of leaks or anything of that sort, any antennas that may be missing or anything of that sort. So it's just basically general condition, right? Alright, so for now we'll just open the door, right? Okay. Alright, good. Okay. Take off our smart probe covers, our nose wheel, or nose, I assume it's supposed to be a nose gear pin, but anyway, we'll talk about that later. You got your smart probe and your standby pitot-static tube on the right hand side of the aircraft. Landing lights, taxi lights, they all look good. You got your fueling panel. Alright. Fueling panel is all good. Sorry if it's getting a little loud. Alright, we'll take off the... can we do it from here? No, we can't. Alright, so we're going to have to go around. Alright, so just looking at the wing. Wing looks good. Fuel cap is in place. Go out to the winglet. Winglet looks good. Static wicks, they're all in place. Aileron looks good. Flaps are obviously showing up. They're fully up. And brakes, tires look good. Hydraulic lines look good. We can't see the brake wear pin from here per se. No, we can't see it. Alright. We would also want to take a look in our engine. So let me come back around the front. Alright. So looks good. All the blades are there, and our generator inlet is clear. Okay, come around here, make sure our exhaust vents for our ground cooling fan on our VCS, our vapor cycle machine, they're all clear, and they are. Got our ventral rudder, and everything here looks good. like it's about to get real loud. Alright, and open the cargo door. Make sure that there is nothing that we don't want to have in there inside. Okay, all looks good. And the receptacle for the external power, we'll just open that now, that's fine. Alright, so left side, we make sure the pin has been removed, check the hydraulic line, check the brake wear pin, and the only time you can check the brake wear pin is with the park and brake set. I think the airplane comes with the brake set, so it's all good. Alright, flaps look good, spoilers are up obviously, and static wicks look good. Alright, fuel cap is on. Alright, all looks good. Looking back into the number 1 engine, and the inlet for the generator is clear. Alright, so with that being said, let's go on inside. Alright guys, welcome to the flight deck of the Phenom 300E, and what we're going to do is we're going to start off with our cabin first. So once we come inside the airplane, we are to obviously check, make sure all life vests. So we're checking our emergency equipment. Oh, this is interesting. I don't remember being able to do this. Oh, that's that. Okay, never mind. I thought that would pull out where the life vest was, but okay. All right. All right. So we're gonna go all the way here. Check our emergency exit. Make sure it's unlocked. And if there's a pin hanging, we'll remove the pin. Doesn't look like that's the case. Go back to our lab where we should have our first aid kit and also a water barrier. So I don't actually see, it doesn't look like it's simulated. And then that's pretty much it for the back. Like I said, that's the, oh, and of course there is a fire extinguisher behind the last seat. Where is it? There it is. So there's a fire extinguisher behind the last seat, and there's another one up front on the flight deck. All right, so we're gonna go up there, and it's all good. Your doc manuals and documents should also be on board. They're also missing a PBE that should be on the back wall on the captain's side. That's not simulated as well. All these compartments, of course, they really did a good job with filling it up with all of these different items. So this is all cool. This is how it is. Now you could get this aircraft in a number of different configurations. So the one that I fly, the galley, is on the left hand side. There is no galley on sodas. Looks like, yeah, there is no, like over here. Like we do not have a galley in our airplane on this side. And this is a long bench on the, so instead of having one seat, from this seat all the way here is one bench. All right, so that's different aircraft, different configurations, right? Okay, good. All right, so now with that being said, like I said, we come up front, and we're just going to do a general overview from standing at the back. So while we're at the back, a couple things we're going to look at. We're going to make sure our parking brake is set, power levers are idle, the spoilers are closed, flaps are retracted, and we could take a look at our circuit breakers from here before we get in. Doesn't matter. So right side looks good, left side looks good. All right, and then we're gonna hop into the captain's seat, and we're gonna make sure our switches are where they should be. All right, so we start from the left side, we come all the way around to the right. Now, FsReborn has set this airplane up when you get on it, that the switches are out of whack. All right, so they're not where they're supposed to be before you put power on the airplane. So first and foremost, we would start over here. We would actually check our courtesy light, but that is not simulated. It's not a button, actually, it's not even here. And then we come here to the oxygen. We push to restore, but it's, okay, that's already pushed. All right, and then we come up here. We don't turn the batteries on yet. Like I said, we're making sure all the switches are in the correct position before we power the airplane up. So generator switches should be on auto. That's their normal position. The pneumatic for the bleed should be on auto as well. The test switch is off. I'll just move this yoke for a second. All right, so you got your fueling panel. So fuel should be on auto. All right, cross feed should be off. Hydraulic pump should be open on both sides. ELT armed. Signs and outlets. Okay, so we'll go on and off for now. That means that no smoking festival sign is on for boarding, but the outlets is off. All right, so the outlet's supposed to be off before takeoff. All right, we'll talk about that in detail a little later. All right, so windshield 1, 2 switches are off. We got ADS probe, we'll move that to auto. Ice protections are all off. Landing gear is down, obviously. Okay, so pressurization. Let's move over. Let me slide over here. All right, pressurization mode switch should be in the auto position, right? The ECS, environmental control system, should be on both. There it is. And the air conditioning at the gate should be off. All right, we'll turn the fans, we'll turn them to medium, seeing that it's a warm day in Key West. And then we look overhead and check, see what the situation is with our lights. So right now they should all be off, and the emergency lights definitely should be off. All right, so with that being done, we would get our checklist and do our cockpit safety preparation checklist. All right. Now we can't do that. Well, in this case, we wouldn't be able to do it unless we turn the batteries on. So once you've done all of that, then we're good to go power on the aircraft. So before I do that, I'm going to go over here to this iPad, and I'm just going to import the flight plan that I have set for us today. And I'm going to also go ahead and add the security cones, the GPU, connect with the red carpet, all the fancy stuff. All right, so I did that. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and just go battery on, 1 and 2. All right. Okay. Now, we would usually check our MFD to confirm that everything is current. So only thing we have on this is the expiration date, which expires on 11th of June 2026. So that's fine. So we'll just continue. Now, what we need to do is we're going to bring up the system page first, right? Now, ground power is connected. The available light is on, and on this aircraft, once the generator is outputting anywhere between 25 and 29 volts, you would get the avail light come on. So technically, you don't need to really go, but I just found it to be a good habit just to go to the systems page. Oh, not engine. I'm sorry, electrical, and confirm that the GPU is outputting above 27 volts. And why? Because it will not charge. The battery on this aircraft does not charge unless it's over 27, unless the GPU is putting out 27 volts. I think, if your GPU is down to 25,
Pause,
you could
system
probably,
test. Okay.
it could possibly lead to some damage. These aircrafts are super sensitive to electricity. You get a number of CAS messages that would come up so the last thing you want is current that is, it's not, giving you, like I said, even though they said it's between 25 and 29, I particularly wouldn't want to see a GPU of a 25 before I connect to the system. But anyway, that's just me. Okay, so with that being said, okay, nav light, we're gonna go, that's emergency lights, put them to auto. Now we're supposed to put them to on, and we're supposed to check. Unfortunately, that is also not simulated. I think it's 7 lights for the emergency lights that we'd be looking for, but they are not working. So it's not simulated right now. So we're gonna go back to the ARM mode. All right. All right. All right. And okay, we'll run the checklist. So let's run the checklist. Where is it? All right, so we're gonna go checklist, right? Now, here's right. I want to put a checklist over here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna move the switch, and that's gonna put this in charge. I mean, this screen is now what I'm gonna be controlling, and I want to change that to checklist. There we go. So now this is your before start. No, we don't want before start. We want cockpit safety inspection. So this is what we did with the plane off. So let's just run through it real quick. Okay, so emergency door locking pin. That's what I was telling you guys about. The emergency exit on the right hand side back there on the aircraft. So like I say, it's not simulated. Emergency door secured and locked, which it is. Documents and manuals on board. Maintenance status is checked. That would be in your technical journey log. Emergency equipment, we talked about it already. The life vest, there's actually even smoke goggles on these in the cubby holes next to us, but it's actually not simulated either. PPE behind the pilot seat, fire extinguishers to the front and the back, and life vests and the water barrier. All right. All right. Let's continue on. FC. Oops. Is that the wrong knob? Yeah. Is it the wrong knob? Sorry. Oh, okay. All right, FC reset knob is not applicable. IFE refreshment is off. That's this switch right here. Oxygen bottle valve handle push to restore. That's this one right here. So like I said, we did this. All of these things we did before power up. Oxygen mask and regulator check 100%. So just making sure the oxygen is on 100%. All right. All right, battery 1, 2 switches are off. Well, they were off. They're on now. Bus tie knob is auto. Gen 1, 2 switches, we turned that to auto as well before we powered up. GPU button was pushed out, but it's pushed in now. Bleed 1, 2 switches, they're auto. We moved them to auto. Cross bleed knob is auto. Test panel switch is off. Circuit breakers check all in left and right. Fuel pumps 1 and 2 switches are auto. Cross feed knob is off. Hydraulic pump shutoff valve 1 and 2 switches are open. ELT switch is on. Push a cutout buttons is pushed out. Gus lock pin, it would actually be a pin that's in the yoke itself, like kind of you turn the yoke handle and it slides in, but that is not simulated. So we'll say that's removed. Rudder pedals check unlocked. Okay, so we would lock it from outside and then you would come in, and then once you use, I think you need full applications, and then that would kind of break the lock and then you're good to go. All right, windshield 1, 2 switches are off. They are off. ADS probes is auto. Engine 1, 2 switches. Engine 1, 2 switches are off. Wing stab switch is off. Landing gear is down. Pressurization mode switch is auto. ECS knob is on both. Dump button is pushed out. Air conditioning. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, since we got GPU, we're gonna get the air running. All right. Well, originally it would be, they say as required, but it would need to be off with the batteries off. Flap 0, speed rate, switch is closed. We check these for getting in. Park and brake is set. Start stop knobs are stop. Shut off buttons 1 and 2, they're checked. That would be these. Bottle switch is off, which is spring loaded to the off, and seat belts. So we check the conditions. That would be these. So they're all good, right? All right. And that brings us to the cockpit. Cockpit safety inspection checklist is complete. All right, so we got the power up. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna quickly run through this because it's only a couple of items. There's one item I haven't done, and that's only because I was using this for the checklist, so I'll show you that here in a second. Okay, so first and foremost, let's go to init, and they want the cockpit voice recorder to be checked. So we'll just go here and we'll go voice test, and CVR, FDR is passed. All right, so that's the only other one on the checklist that is not done physically from the panel. You actually have to do it in the GTCs, what they call it, the Garmin touch control. All right, so all right, let's run the checklist, and then that will conclude part 1, and you guys will come back for part 2, where we'll do the cockpits. We'll do the whole pre-flight setup, the cockpit setup for the flight plan and everything else. Okay, so let's go. So battery 1, 2 switches, we turned them on. Okay. Oh, sorry, wrong button. GPU button as required, so we checked the voltage first and then we pushed it in. IFE refreshment as required. We could turn that on. Yeah, let's turn that on now. All right, make sure the cabin is between 10 degrees and 34, and right now it's at 29. All right, CVDR is checked. All right, transponder as required for now. We haven't called to get a clearance yet. TCAS is as required. It's in the auto mode, so we'll leave it as that. And power up checklist is complete. So guys, we got the before start next, but we're going to consider that part 1. If you want, feel free, definitely take some notes if you like, and you know, if you're following along, feel free to follow along and join me on part 2. and you're clicking anywhere. It's probably going to be on the screen somewhere, and you can jump to part 2 of this full tutorial for the FsReborn Phenom 300E. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. And we'll talk about that in the next video.